reasons why you might be feeling a little bit stuck. You might be feeling like something is holding you back and you just can't quite progress towards your goal as quickly as you'd like. Or for some reason you're finding yourself over and over again back at the starting line. So let's get straight into it. Number one of the most common reason what might be holding you back is an all or nothing mindset. So you might be one to either go all in or not do anything at all. But actually, this is not going to be sustainable, and you're never going to have that self-assurance that you're eventually going to be able to get there. So if you're approaching things with an all-in mindset, as soon as you're slightly falling off that, high expectation routine that you're trying to aim for, you're finding yourself, you're not sure about yourself, you're not sure about your abilities, and you kind of tend to give up after a certain period of time. So that might be, 2 weeks or 8 weeks or even 12 weeks. So what we want to do instead is to find a balanced approach when you're starting out towards achieving your goals. If you're falling back into this nothing at all mindset, you kind of blocking out what's actually going on, and also this is not bringing you any further at all, or it's bringing you back to the starting point of getting all in, and then you're starting that cycle over and over again. So again, instead, let's try and build a routine that you can slowly build the blocks upon, so you're feeling self-assured in your capabilities and in believing in yourself that you can actually sustain this routine no matter what. And this might be looking different for all of us, what's that basic foundation that you need to build for yourself that you can, do that bit of extra at times when you're trying to achieve a goal. But that's going to always be there. That's going to be your building block, your foundation that you can come back to. Awesome. Now let's get straight into number 2, because it 100% relates to number 1, and that is your self-belief. So did you know that the number 1 predicament whether us queens are gonna stick to an exercise routine is how much we believe in ourselves? This is really common, women don't tend to believe that they can actually do all those amazing things, and they keep coming back to, I can't do this and I can't do that. So how do we actually build strong self-belief, but consistently? So here's my top 2 tips on how to build self-belief. Number 1, write your daily affirmations and what you're already good at. So that can be in a journal or whatever you like, but get used to writing down daily to affirm yourself that you have been able to achieve certain things in the past. And that way your focus is going to shift from all the things you can't do to what you actually are capable of. So number 1, write your daily affirmations. Start with maybe 5 or 10, and once you got a habit of doing that, you can increase that list to however many you like. And then number 2, another great way to build self-belief is to keep seeking assurance and finding evidence of all the things you're capable of. So the reason this relates to our first point is the way we find evidence is if we can tick off something that we have been able to achieve. That's why it's really important to approach things in a sustainable way. if you setting yourself some small goals towards your big goals and you're ticking them off one at a time, you keep creating momentum, and you keep encouraging and building on that self-belief that you are actually able to achieve all those amazing things that you're looking to achieve. But if you got a fairly high goal that seems really far away from you right now, and then as soon as something happens it kind of makes you lose track a little bit, then all of a sudden you're questioning yourself again. So it's really important to keep looking every day, every week, for those small things that are evidence that you are able to achieve your goal. And the more you practice this, the more it becomes subconscious and easier for you. And that way you are able to build up that self-belief. Okay, let's get to the final point in what's holding you back, and that is unrealistic goals, often based on comparison. So what I've been finding over the years is that a lot of the goals people approach me with are either based on something they see in others, or they arise out of an insecurity from within themselves. And yes, Queen, you're never gonna look like somebody else, and thank God. But it's so easy to fall in that comparison trap and set goals that are actually not true to ourselves. So it's really a good thing to start observing your thoughts and create some self-awareness around where those goals are coming from. If you find that they're actually based on, comparing yourself to other people, start asking yourself, what do you actually truly want for yourself? Who do you truly want to be? Because you are unique and so are your goals. Our goals should never be based on, someone else's appearance or like what the media is trying to portray. So start asking yourself, what do you actually truly want to achieve for yourself? How's that gonna fit in with your lifestyle, or the other way around, depending on what's more important for you? Unrealistic goals might also be set based on insecurities that you might have. So what I'm talking about here is, say, for example, you looking to lose 5 kilos, but actually this comes from an unhealthy place because you're just trying to cover up something that's going on a deeper level, some insecurity. So say, for example, you wanting to be more confident and you attaching that being able to be confident to weighing 5 kilos less. Now, we should be able to always feel confident and not base that on a certain number on the scale. So this is another way you might be finding yourself setting unrealistic goals. The way we want to go about this is to be aware of what's going on a deeper level and address that at the same time as setting realistic goals that actually align with us and are not based on insecurities. So let's backtrack on the 3 main reasons I've pointed out here today on what is keeping you stuck, what is holding you back at the moment. So number 1 was an all or nothing mindset. If you're finding yourself approaching things with an all or nothing mindset, you want to start to approach things in a more sustainable way and building one block on another, so you can reach for those goals at times and always fall back onto your foundation. Then number 2 was self-belief. Super important no matter what we're looking to achieve. So invest some time in yourself, start to believe in yourself, but make it a routine to practice the self-belief and build up upon that, so you can start to be self-assured that you can achieve no matter what you set yourself out to do. And the final point was unrealistic goals that are often based on a comparison trap. So I really want to encourage you to find out what it is that you truly want and work on those insecurities that you might have, and don't allow those insecurities to dictate how you should be looking or what goals you should be achieving, because they are not actually true goals.